we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Where's the cue ball going? Oh, son, never mind.
Things look bad. It looks like you're not gonna make it. And you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is.
Hasta la vista, baby. Put 'em up, put 'em up!
Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Right, good afternoon. Welcome back to VP4TV. Welcome to Coldest Pillow. Well, God help you the day you do forget. We're here for the week 10 of the 9-ball Winter League, which is due to start in about 5 or 6 minutes, but I've got something to show you. Steve had done that update a couple of days ago, and we had Friday night 9-ball last night, and I watched a lot of racks of 9-ball last night, and not once did I see that 3-ball pattern. Now, what I normally do before I do a live stream is I go into a room to make sure that my chat is aligned properly on the screen, and also to make sure that the cloth colours are the right colour that I like. And I decided to just break the balls. Now, I had one break in the room, and I'm going to show you the replay. You wouldn't believe this. One break, and this is what happened. There you go. There's the pattern, and that was one break that I did. Now, I'll show it again. I'll do it slow. Now, those 6 balls just all split away and leave these 3 here barely moving. You know, they barely roll. So it's always the 2 outside rows of 3 balls that just split away. Watch it again. Watch those two lines of 3 balls just split away and then leave them isolated like that, right in the middle. And that's the one time since the update that I've seen that happen, and that was one break that I did myself, which is weird. But anyway, I just thought you'd like to see it. So it's proof that it's not gone. It's probably less likely to show, but it is there. Right, so I'm not sure if everybody's here, but I do know that Larry's here, and I do know that Bill is here, and Coldest Pillow is here. As for the other teams, I don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at, but I was on the right page here. There we are. So the teams today, we've got, for the tactical geniuses, we've got Mr. Bill back in. I think this is Bill's last week, and then he's away for a couple of weeks. We've got Larry, and we have Coldest Pillow as the third member of the team for the tactical geniuses. For the gamblers, we have Chimpy, Brain Pull Out, and Bedhead as number 3. For the 9-ball shots, the lineup is Bobby Barris, Bankster, and John Boo. And finally, Team Philippines, well, the lineup is Paul, Houdini, and Spud Boy. LS3's in the team, in the squad, but I don't know whether she's ever going to get a game, or just the fact that she's just not available at all. So it'd be interesting to see, because the one thing is that they're running out of matches. The schedule will show that we're into week 10. Then we've got week 11 and the final week 12, and then of course the playoff week is the finale. So we're running out of weeks for LS3 to have a go at this, but that's for team captains to decide. So anyway, we're all ready to go. Who was it? Who was it? What? Someone say that the break was the best it's been. You're not going to sleep tonight. Oh, I will sleep. But it's just so that you know that the 3 ball pattern isn't gone. But when the pattern does happen, it's always the case that those 2 outside rows of balls, the 6th ball just split away. And I was breaking just slightly to the left of the right diamond, if you know what I mean. So I wasn't actually, it was probably almost break box size that I was in. It was almost the size of the break box. And I think possibly the break box would be the one way that you're going to have more likelihood of seeing it. So, what about 2 minutes to go, I think. So obviously last week, the Tactical Geniuses got the win that they needed to close the gap slightly on the Gamblers. But it's always, the most important thing is that we just make sure we're in second place, and I think we've sort of guaranteed that now. I don't think there's much doubt that we will be assured of a playoff spot unless we completely fall apart. But I think mathematically we'd need to have a total and utter disaster. But we've won enough games and there's not enough matches left for the other 2 bottom teams to catch us. So I think we're okay. Well, it's the top 2 teams that go through to the playoffs. So, you know, I can't see anything but us and the Gamblers in the final day. I think that's pretty much set now. These we're just treading water now until the final week. I suppose in the 2 weeks that remain, there's just the off chance that we might catch the Gamblers, but you know, there's still a chance of that happening. That's a possibility, but that's about the only thing that's a possibility. All we've got to concentrate on is getting our wins. Larry has a week off. No, Larry's in today. Larry's in with Bill and you. What are you talking about? Aye. Well, who else is filling the spot? Matt MC Clarkey can't be here. No, MC Clarkey can't be here. That just shows you don't even check the team lineup. You should be going checking this thing to make sure that you're on the ball and you know what's happening. Anyway, you should also be out of the bloody stream and focusing on what you have to do today. We need 100% concentration and no numptiness. That's what we need. Yeah, it looks as if you're the only one in the chat. There's nobody else there. Anyway, welcome to anybody that is there. These league rooms should be going up, and in fact they are. They've just gone up. We've got Houdini against Coldest Pillow, John Poo Bedhead, Paul against Bill, Bankster against Brainpull Out, Bobby Barris against Chimpy, Spudboy against Larry. So what we need to do now is just go to the live matches, and then we can have a look at the handicaps, and we can also flip backward and forward. Now, has Houdini showed up? That's a question. Let's have a look. I don't see. Oh, he is. He's in away mode, so he's there. So that's a good sign. So anyway, we've got Team Philippines against the Tactical Geniuses. So in the top matches, we've got Paul, who's getting the 6th ball against Bill. We've got Spudboy, who's getting 7 and out against Larry. And the Houdini Coldest Pillow match, for some reason, hasn't started yet. What the hell's happening there? Well, Coldest Pillow's in the room and Houdini's asleep. So I'm quite happy that my player is in the room. And Houdini has arrived as well. So all matches should be up and running. And they are, which is good. We're all underway. Now, in the bottom matches, we've got 9 ball shots against the Gamblers. and John Boo is getting 7 and out against Bedhead in that first match. Bankster and Brainful Out are playing, and Brainful Out's getting the 8 ball. And in the bottom match, Bobby Barris is getting 6 and out against Chimpy. So, of course, you know, with all that amount of money balls, there'll be maybe 1 or 2 of them getting in on the break for Bobby Barris. If he gets the break, that is. Chimpy's got to protect that that break of his to stop Bobby Barris getting to the table, because if he starts banging balls about, racks can very quickly add up on the scoreboard. So, we'll start the rounds from top to bottom. If we can get in the room, that is. Well, in fact, is that the room I wanted to go into? Yes, it is. I thought I jumped into the wrong room. So this is Paul, who is getting the 6 ball. And you would think, looking at this table, the way these balls are spread, whoever gets this 1 ball should expect to be out. And Bill has played a very good safety. That's got Paul in trouble. And there is a very narrow window to get to that 1 ball. There is up next to the 6 ball. If you go up to the 6 ball, you can get to that 1 ball on the rail. But Paul's trying to go the shorter route. And he may, well, although he's given Bill ball in hand, Bill's got a dead set combo that he can't miss, with the 2 ball just rolling next to that 1. So everything else is good. It's just about controlling the cue ball, not doing anything daft. The one thing Bill needs to be making sure of when he plays this 4 ball, he has to get high, or he has to get sort of square on this 5 ball. He wants to be, if I can get this to work, he wants to be sort of there on the 5 ball where he's not running into the 8. And I think he's pretty much got it, has he? Or has he hooked himself? Yeah, he's perfect. That's exactly where he wanted to be, because he would have been running into that 8 ball, but Bill's left this a bit short. He's underhit that a bit, and now he's going to be having to keep his eye on the cue ball. And that looks fine. I think he can draw straight back off that, I think. So Bill, and again a nice angle on the 8 ball to bring the cue ball out. Bill looks as if he's going to get off the mark. Welcome to Tam. Good afternoon. Oh, and welcome to Chimpy as well. Well, if you were here right at the start, Tam, I had went into a room to set up my chat and so that with the cloth the right colour. I did 1 break, and then I had the 3 ball pattern straight away. And so it's not cured, but the thing is, I watched all those matches last night, Friday night 9 ball, never saw it once. Right, so this match underway, of course. Now Bill must have had did he have a combo there, or a 9 ball in the break? Because he's 2-0 up in the blink of an eye with me reading the chat there. Right, so Bill with the early lead, Spud Boy and Larry. Spud Boy's getting, I think, 7 and out, and Larry's already 2-0 up as well. So good start for the top 2 matches for the Tactical Geniuses. But when there's money ball handicap going around, racks can change hands very quickly. Never count your chickens in this type of setup. It can all go downhill very rapidly. Just when you think you're comfortable. And so Spud Boy has the task of getting to that 7 ball. And again, there's absolutely no excuse he can't get there, because this table's sitting pretty good. I mean, he can just draw back off the 3 ball, open up the pot on this 4 on the right hand side. Now he doesn't want to be stuck to the rail. And now he just needs to draw past the side pocket. He wants to be, and again, the angle he's got is going to be probably drawn more towards the rail. He's going to be coming more towards that way, which is not really what he wants. But that's because he's ended up a bit straight. He wants to be able to, he's managed to pinch a bit, and he's got himself well away from the rail. That's a good shot. So now it's just about dropping the 6 ball in. And he'll be off the mark once he leaves himself fairly good in the 7. That's good enough. So this to get his first rack in the board. That's well done by Spud Boy. It was a good enough table to get out because there was no problems on it. So Spud Boy's breaking in rack number 4, sorry, and he's got a ball, and he's also got a shot. Now is that was it the 2 ball that went? So 3 ball is available. So we'll let him get on with that. And so everybody's got a rack in the board in all the top 3 matches. The bottom match, Houdini against Coldest Pillow. Houdini's getting the 6 ball as his money ball. Coldest Pillow at the table. Now that's maybe going too far. Yeah, now that's the danger. So first and foremost, Coldest Pillow has to get a hit in this 5 ball. And of course, if he doesn't, it's going to be an easy rack. Yeah, it's going to be an easy rack for Houdini. If you make a mistake at the wrong time, Houdini just has to drop the 5 in and roll the 6 in. And suddenly it gets, it leaves a nasty taste in the mouth. Yeah, jinxed them straight away. So Coldest Pillow's got work to do to tidy things up. So let's look at the bottom matches. We've got John Boo getting 7 and out against Bedhead. Let's nip in there. Bedhead, because they are the lead, 2 racks to 1, but he's got no shot on the 1. Now, what the hell was that? Was that a push out? Or am I just... Oh no, that's not the 1 ball, that's the 9 ball that's up the rail. It's my eyes that have gone again. I keep thinking that was the 1 ball. That's why he played the 2. I thought he was playing some sort of deliberate foul there. Right, well, John Boo ended up getting a double kiss there. He's left a good bank on here for Bedhead. I don't think he'll... Well, he's got the line to get to it. I would expect him to have a go at it. And it almost double bank. And John Boo, first objective is probably not to run into the 3 ball if he can help it. And again with this one, it's full concentration in the pot. The only thing you need to worry about is going forward far enough so that you're past the 7 and you can see the 4. And that's well played. So 7 and out for John Boo. So an easy 4 ball. Needs an angle in this 5 though, so that he can do something and get the cue ball in a decent shape. He just wants to come back a bit, or go forward and come out, one of the 2. Now, does he want to try and straighten this cue ball up, or does he want to come in behind the 8 ball? coming round behind the 8 ball now. He needs to miss the 7 again or get a nice kiss, and he hasn't. So now it's about digging out the bank. And, well, John Boo's got lucky. He's got lucky. And Bedhead doesn't have a bank, but he does have a cut up table. And unless he tries something miraculous with the cue ball, he's not going to have maybe a particularly easy shot in the 8, even if this does go in. It's gone to the rail too soon. And that 7 will cut. I think it will. Problem again though is the cue ball is going to be running loose. Watch the side pocket, and he's got it. So John Boo squares this match up. Let's have a look at match number 2 in the bottom match. Well, Bankster's in a hurry because Bankster is 5-1 up. What the hell's happened here? We can't get into the room. Ah, we can. So Bankster seems to be in a bit of a hurry. Brainful out getting the 8 ball. And this looks a good shot. This is absolutely perfect. I think he's even got a slight angle. Oh no, he's a wee bit straight, but he's fine. He'll just play that up table or down table. Oh dear. Now that was a poor one. Well, it's not going to be an easy shot here for Brainful out, but he's got to put this away one way or another, whether he plays the bank up and down or the cut. But this to rescue a rack or pinch a rack. And is he going to get lucky? No, he isn't. So it's going to be 6-1 here. This match might be one of the first ones to finish. It's not looking good for Brainful out. Right, so, and the final match down at the bottom, we've got Bobby Barris, who's getting all these money balls up against Chimpy. In fact, Bobby Barris is now 3-2 in front. Bobby Barris getting 6 and out. Now, he's got to run this cue ball forward and run around and out into the table again with this 4 ball. And that's well done. So now it couldn't be simpler. All he has to do is just roll the 5 in, and then a nice gentle weight, and then roll the 6 up the rail, and he's got a 4-2 lead. Now is he going to, if he's going to cross the table, well, he would have liked a better line than this. I think for most half decent players this is simple enough. I just worry about the pace and doing stuff like that. And that's Bobby's chance gone. You know, Chimpy would have been bred in that there. But whenever a player of Bobby Barris's level gets into a sort of slightly dodgy situation, that's when you fear for his chances. Well, Chimpy didn't find the line on the 6 ball there, and Bobby Barris has another shot at getting this 2-rack lead. This time he's got it, but he really should have had that 6 ball first time around. And of course, anything can happen in the break. Well, the cue ball has gone. Cue ball has gone. And Chimpy's got ball in hand, but the one ball has gone in the break. So he's going to have to play a combo of some description. No, he hasn't. He's managed to nick the cue ball in behind the two. I thought he'd had to play a combo, but he's fine. So he's under a wee bit of pressure here, Chimpy, to get himself out. Now, where he is on this two ball, he's going to have to run this cue ball across to go into that three. Well, this is no good. I mean, it will cut. Yeah, that was just asking too much. So Bobby Barris is going to have a chance here. 4 ball over the pocket. I mean, everything's, you know, the good thing about this visit for Bobby Barris is that everything's close to one another. So he doesn't want to start bumping balls when he pots this 4 ball. He doesn't need to. Well, I don't believe that he had any idea where that cue ball was ending up. You know, he's got to jack up and avoid the 5 here if he can help it. Okay, if he's going to bump it, he needs to bump it soft. But he doesn't want to hammer anything here. He doesn't want to do that. Oh, he's a lucky bugger. He is lucky. Now he can just drop this in dead weight and cut that 6 for a 5-2 lead. Well, he's stunning it in. So, again, just drop the 6 in. Don't run the cue ball anywhere. Right, so we'll leave that one. Chimpy's got a lot of work to do now. 5-2 behind. Updating the scores. Well, interesting in the top match for Team Philippines and the Tactical Geniuses. Bill and Paul are tied at 4 apiece. Larry has a slender lead against Bud Boy, 3 racks to 2. And Coldest Pillow is trailing by 4 racks to 3 against Houdini. Houdini, of course, getting that 6 ball. John Boot, 4-3 up against Bedhead, so interesting things happening there possibly. And Baxter, well, Baxter looks as if he's blowing Brainpill out away. But let's jump into that top match. So Paul at the table, and Paul just needs to pot this 6 ball for the lead. And there's the pattern with the 3 balls. There's the pattern. That's twice today I've seen it. I'm jinxing the 3 ball pattern as well now, as soon as I come into the room. Oh God. Oh dear. All last night there wasn't one of them. And now it's like a bloody virus, it just keeps going back. There it is. Well, dodgy cut in the 1. No guarantee he's going to be good in the 2. He might be hooked, as a matter of fact. He might be hooked. Oh, he's just got an edge. Oh, that's not a great shot, Bill. That's really poor. I don't know what he was trying there, whether he was trying to bump the 2 into the 4 and hide it behind the 4 and 9. But whatever he tried, it's a complete and utter disaster. And Paul might be a bit straight in this 2 ball. Yes, he is. He's absolutely bolt straight. He can pinch a bit on this, though. Watch the cue ball. Right, well, he might just roll forward here, gentle. and go to the rail because he'll have the shot in the 4-ball. No need to try anything acrobatic, just roll forward. So now it's just about the pot and coming up the table high enough for the 6-ball into the same pocket. And that's what happens when you start making mistakes. And suddenly Bill's finding himself 2 behind. So what to do there as well. And Spud Boy is hanging in there. He's nipped 1 back. And Cold as Pillows in trouble as well in that bottom match. So Spud Boy getting 7 and out at the table. There's no bank on in the 1, and it doesn't go past the 9 to cut up the table. So he's got to try and duck for cover here. Obviously the 7 and the 6 are handy, but he's ran into them. He was trying to sneak behind him, but at least he's left it awkward for Larry. Larry's got a pot on the 1, but he's well hampered over that 6-ball. Incidentally, anybody who's been keeping an eye on the tournament in China, the snooker tournament, Ding Junhui won a final frame decider against Neil Robertson earlier this afternoon. And he will play Judd Trump in the final, race to 10. So the first session will be like round about 6 o'clock in the morning UK time, and then the evening session will be starting round about, I think, maybe about 11:30 in the morning, my time. Well, Bankster has blown away Brainful out, 9 racks to 1. That's a great result for Bankster. And Spud Boy Hossein Bafai, aye, but Ronnie O'Sullivan at the end of it deserved to lose because he played a terrible shot. And he could have just, I think he could have just rolled the black in and he would have been safe. But I think he had a blast at it to try and get the cue ball out or something, and he basically sold out at the end of the day. Well, Spud Boys overcut that by quite a margin. That 3-ball, and again, it's just fallen awkward for Larry. Larry's not getting a roll of the ball there. Is he going to go for the thin cut? Looks like it. And he's had a nice little bump on the 6 and 7 just to open them up. So Larry, at the moment, looking reasonably good. Now I think he can roll right down here behind this 7-ball, straight down, or leave it top side. Is that what he's doing? Has he gone too far? No, he's fine. He could have just rolled right down to the rail. In fact, that's probably the better place he could have been, right down to here, and then just stun that in and come out for the 7. Now he's got to get up and down. Well, Larry's making hard work of this. And of course, this is the wrong time to be making a mistake. He's on the money ball, but they're all money balls for Spud Boy here. And he's slightly hampered over the 9. And that's a very well played shot, that cut in the 7. So panic over. So Larry's going to go 6-2 in front. Right. Houdini getting the 6-ball is clearly getting an awful lot of opportunities to come to the table and get to that 6-ball. That's why he's got a 7-4 lead. Cold as Pillow hopefully for his sake, has maybe finally woken up here. That break looked dry. And Houdini can see the edge of the one. I don't know whether he can see enough to pot it. In fact, he might. He might be able to see enough to pot it. But I don't even think he contemplated that. So Houdini needs the 6 ball. Hold his pillow. Plays the safety, but it's not a snooker. This might take a little while to resolve itself, this match. Right, so we've had that result that came through, the 9-1 win for Bankster. In the bottom matches, we've got John Boo still with a slender lead against Bedhead. We also have Bobby Barris, who has a 6-3 lead against Jimpy now. So let's go into that second match. Bedhead at the table. You can see the 4 ball, and he's got a good table where he should be squaring up here at 5 apiece. So, all square in a second or two once he's done those 3 balls. So let's head down. Jimpy's got 1 more back. It's now 6-4 to Bobby Barris. Jimpy trying to duck in behind a 9, which he's played very well. And Bobby Barris is in a bit of trouble, to say the least. Now, I think he can... let me have a look. Oh, aye, that's tight to try and bend it around without hitting the 5 ball. Good afternoon to Mark, or good early evening to Mark. It's at that funny time of day. Well, Bobby Barris is looking around and looking around. But there's obviously a line. I mean, you've got to jack up and put loads of right English on it if you're going to try and spin around and get to the rail and hit the one that way. I think that's a possibility. But now Jimpy has got his reward for the good safety. He's got ball in hand. And all he has to do now is run the table. The other thing to Jimpy's advantage is that there's nothing tied up, so he's not really under pressure to have to play a good shot. And there's the first result through, and Cold as Pillow has been done over by Houdini. So, a bad start for the tactical geniuses. And meanwhile, Jimpy just needs to kill the cue ball. Now, how straight is he in this? He's got a slight angle, so he's fine. He can come down the left side. And should be good to go to get back to within 1. Well, just think about it this way, Cold as Pillow. Maybe if you'd been online and getting a little half an hour's practice, you might have not have started off cold, and the result could have been different. That's all I'm saying. Right, so top matches. It's 1-0 to Team Philippines against the Tactical Geniuses. The 9-ball shots are 1-0 up against the Gamblers. So the two leading teams in this league are losing at the moment. And in the top two matches for Tactical Geniuses, Bills get a slender lead, 7 racks to 6. You've got John Boo and Bedhead. Bedhead's now got the lead, 6 racks to 5. So let's drop into that top match. Paul at the table, who of course just needs to get to that 6 ball. He's on the 5. So this match has got going all the way, written all over it. And this is going to be in no man's land. Well, the 6 goes. No doubt about that. It does go. It's a toughie. Well, you should get the bloody rust out the way half an hour before the league starts. Well, that's very well done. So this match is tied at 7 apiece. And Spud Boy and Larry. And Spud Boy has just got another rack in the board. Back to trailing by 3. So he should be breaking off in the next rack. Well, the bad news, Coldest Pillow, is I think that was supposedly your easiest match you've just played against Houdini. Yeah, you're going to be up against it in your next 2 matches. Well, Spud Boy at the table. 4 ball has gone in the break. No shot in the 1, but he's chose not to play the push out, I don't think. No, he didn't. And, well, Larry's got a shot, but I think he's got to take this into the corner to try and come off the rail and come through a gap. Go on this too. This could go right or it could go wrong. He's just looking to get the gap, and he's got the gap. And now, does he want to try and come up and bump? I don't think he's got enough angle to bump the 9. It's hard to say. But he certainly doesn't want to be interfering with the 9. Well, he has bumped the 9. And it's out the way, and he's on the 3. So now, 3 to the 5 isn't a problem. The 6 ball is not good past the 9. It's too tight to be looking at that 6 ball there. 6 ball into the side pocket, not a problem. In fact, if he leaves the cue ball where the 5 is right now, that's perfect for just running the 6 ball in, going to the rail and coming out for that 7. And that's pretty good. Just go forward, off the rail and out. And go forward again to the rail and out. Straight up into the middle of the table. That's where you want to be. So Larry will be on the hill if he can put these 3 away. And we'll give him that. I don't think there's any way he's missing those. So Larry's looking a strong favourite to be rescuing a point here. Bill, however, is putting a bit of a sweat on against Paul. It's 7 apiece now in that match. Bedhead's now got a 2-rack lead in the bottom match. And Chimpy's now got himself in the lead against Bobby Barris. So let's jump into the Bedhead match. And John Boot, who's getting 7 and out, has just nipped 1 back. Back to 7-6. So these matches are in the balance right now. And John Boo's got a couple of balls. The 2 ball is one of them. Now, what else went there? A money ball went at 7 apiece. That's what went. It might have been 8 ball went in or something. And again, you know, suddenly Bedhead's sweating. Well, the break is dry from John Boo, I think. But no shot for Bedhead. Well, that was a very quick turnaround. Well, those balls up there where Bedhead is a good place to hide. So he's going to play a push out. And he's more than likely going to be put back in with that one because that's left John Boo nothing. And John Boo's giving it straight back. I think Bedhead's intention was maybe to leave an edge of that one ball showing, but he left nothing. Well, he's got the hit, he's got a rail, and he's almost got away with it, I would say. I can't remember. Now you go to the stats page, you'll be able to see whether he has or he hasn't. It'll be on the stats page. Well, Bedhead's trying to spin this around to catch the one. I think that was a foul. I think he's caught the 5. And he has done. So now John Boo has ball in hand. 3 ball is tucked away behind that 8 though. Watch the cue ball. That's careless. Really careless. He'd have been better going to a rail rather than directly going to the ball there. If you go to the rail and you come into the back of the 3, you're very unlikely to scratch. But going directly to the 3 ball, there's always a chance of skimming off an edge and scratching when the pockets are close. So a poor choice of shot there by John Boo is going to cost him. And it's costing him with a ball in hand that he had. And Bedhead's still under a bit of pressure though, with John Boo getting 7 and out. And here's the first big test, getting from the 5 ball back up onto that 6. Loads of open country to get there. So no reason why he shouldn't get there. That's perfect. Played it perfect. Doesn't want it to be straight though. Doesn't want it to be really straight. Well, he is straight. So he can only really stop the cue ball there and just roll the 7 in. So Bedhead looks as if he's going to get to the hill. Oh dear. Oh, it's wiped his feet and it's gone in. Baker Maker, I think, from the States. Plays a bit of cowboy. Why, what's happening with Baker Maker? I think he's from the States. He's either from the States or Canada. I can't remember. And Larry has got the point on the board. Yeah, he won the cowboy. Yeah, well, he's on it. He's on at awkward hours, and we're usually in bed if he's online. So Larry's got the result, and that gets the first point on the board for the Tactical Geniuses. So we're going to what match are we in right now? Because we're gonna have to bail out in this because it's 8 apiece. Hill in the top match, I think. And Paul at the table, and he's going to have to go up and down to go on this 4, but all the balls are there to get to that 6 ball. How's his nerve? Well, okay, he's left a cut on it, but he could have done with getting a lot closer than this to the fort. Making hard work of it again as well, Paul. He looks as if he's putting right English in the cue ball now. Chimpy's got over the line as well in the end against Bobby Barris. He was under threat there earlier on, and that's what happens when you start trying to do fancy things with the cue ball at distance. He's actually overcut that, and he's cut it safe, pretty much. So Chimpy gets the point on the board for the Gamblers, so both matches are one apiece now. And Bill's got that wrong. He's missed it in the way up and hit it in the way back. And Paul cannot refuse the bank. This is banking every day of the week, this 4-ball. So he should be around behind the well, he's checking it up with left English now. Watch how the cue ball comes off this rail. Oh, and this is not great either. I mean, Bill's got the shot in the 4. And he can't really get into this cue ball a great deal. I think he might just take his medicine here. No, he isn't. He's took the risk. And he's played it very well. How's Bill's nerve going to hold? Well, don't forget, guys, we're only, about 3 days away now, or 4 days away from the start of the Virtual 9-Ball World Championships. I think there was 39 signed up earlier on. Still plenty of spaces left. It won't be full, no doubt about that. And of course, this is Bill just getting rid of Paul's money ball, or extra money ball. And Bill will be over the line. A nervy finish this match, but Paul was certainly nervy in the way he went about trying to get that job done there. He made it far too difficult for himself. So Bill gets the second point on the board. A tight 9-8 win for Bill, for the Tactical Geniuses. So that now completes the first matches, and it gives the Tactical Geniuses a 2-1 lead. The bottom tie, we're still tied up at 1 match apiece. We've also got a hill with Bedhead here. Let's get in there. Bedhead and John Boo. And Bedhead at the table. John Boo, of course, getting 7 and out. Well, this is the perfect Bedhead cut, this 3-ball. And he's decided to try and duck. And I think he has been successful, or has he? Oh no, he hasn't. In fact, well, he's not dropping that in. I mean, that's not going into the side pocket, but is John Boo going to try and cut this up the rail? Yeah, that's too much now. How's his luck? I would say it's pretty good. I would say it's very good. Welcome to Ken Zero. Well, make sure you try and get there to watch some of these live stream matches in this 9-Ball World Championship coming up, because you'll see some very good players in it. Well, John Boo, it's all up to you. And this is the first problem. Getting good on this 5-ball. That's going into the side pocket. That's a disaster. And it's sayonara. and hasta la vista, because that was his chance and he's blown it by letting that cue ball run loose. It wasn't really controlled. And Bedhead join the dots here for the match. If you start running that cue ball loose and you don't know exactly where it's going, there's a fair chance it's going to end up going to where you don't want it to go, and that's in a hole. So Bedhead is going to get the win. And these are players that have had chances, but they've blown them. And that result will come through in a second, and the Gamblers will be 2-1 up in matches. And of course, the second matches have started. We've got Paul up against Larry in the top tie between the Philippines and the Tactical Geniuses. That's the result through. And we have Houdini, who's getting 6 out against Bill. Anything can happen there. Bill could be in trouble again. If Houdini starts getting balls in the break, that match could disappear very quickly. And Coldest Pillow has already got 1 rack in the board against Spud Boy. So those matches are in their early stages. We have John Boo about to start with Chimpy. We've got Bankster about to start with Bedhead. And we have Bobby Barris, who's getting the 5 ball, is 1-0 up against Brainful Out. Now, Brainful Out needs a bounce back here because I think he's in a bad couple of weeks. I think he got a roasted the other week there as well. So, Brainful Out needs to get a shakedown here and get on and get a result for his team. So, we'll start from top to bottom then. Right, so Paul is getting last 2, which I suppose Larry will be quite happy about that. It means that Paul has to certainly pop balls to get there. He's going to have to do a wee bit of work. He's not going to probably get as many gifts, or the likelihood of it as he won't, but you never know with Larry's trackball mouse, anything can happen. But that's a very good cut. And unfortunately though, he's caught that middle pocket knuckle. And now he should be ducking for cover here. Unless he's going to try the bank and run the cue ball back up the table and come around for that 3 ball. Yes, he is. Oh, has he got the second prize? He may well have. Well, it's not a snooker, but there's not enough. I don't think there's enough of that 2 ball to be potting it. I have to say it's very tight. Clearly not. Paul's not got a roll of the ball. Left that cue ball in the gap. And Larry's got to get up the table high enough. Now he needs to hope he gets a bump or goes through the gap and goes past that 8. I think he's just done it. Yeah. He'll probably stop the cue ball just about there, not far off it. Well, he got a bit of draw in it. And I think he's still got he's got a slight angle. He could have done well, sort of leaving that a wee bit further up the table to leave him a better angle. He didn't need to draw that cue ball as much there. Where I was thinking was sort of there, then that would have been ideal because the angle would have been perfect to get down the table for the 5. Now he's going to have to run forward here or get a very big stun on this. It's a bit too straight though. But he's going to have to tweak it around the corner with a bit of top right. And that's pretty good. That's a half decent shot, but now he can stun this in and try and nip down into the 9 ball. Well, that's the sort of direction he wants to head, but he wants to avoid the 7. I could have done with another ounce on that. Now there's a doubt about it. And this is where Paul better get ready to pounce. And he's overcut it. He's overcut it away from the rail. And this is exactly how last 2 can work in your favour for Paul, because Larry hasn't been able to get the job done. And I think if he hadn't tried to get better on that, was it the 4 ball? If he'd left the cue ball where I said it, he would have had a much better angle, and he wouldn't have had to work the cue ball half as much, and he probably would be able to control it better. So Paul with a 7 ball and a roll in the 8 ball on the side will square the match up. So into match number 2 in the top tie, we've got Houdini, who's getting that 6 and out against Bill. And Bill at the moment with a 2-1 lead. Houdini, however, at the table. I think he'd overcut that. Oh. Bill can just see enough of the 1 to squeeze it in the side of the pocket. Now the 3 ball's not exactly accessible. And if the worst comes to the worst, Bill can put Houdini in trouble. But Bill has forgot to pot the 2. But he did get himself decent enough in the 3 though. Houdini's going to have the same problem. He's got to avoid, I don't think he can avoid that 6 ball. He's going to catch some of it. Well, I think he tried to make sure he was avoiding it to come in behind it, and he'd overcut the 2. So the mistakes have come in thick and fast here. And this 3 ball, Bill's going to have another go to try and get there. That won't do, but he can certainly put Houdini in trouble. But again, knowing Bill, he'll probably go all out for the cut. Again, overcut it. I mean, these are not easy shots that these players are going for, but players like Bill and Larry, Inspector Don and Cobra and all those guys, they'll go for anything that's got a sniff of a pocket to go in, and they'll get half a shot at it. They're going to go for it. They're not generally going to think that the odds are not great in it going in. It's a tough shot, but more often than not, they are successful with them. Now, is it going to hold the line and double bank? Yes, it is. So Bill, I think this is Bill's his 3rd or 4th attempt at trying to get this rack in the bag. Now that needs to open up, because it's more or less coming down on top of the 5 ball, and that's a bedhead territory cut. Right, we'll see this rack and then we'll go round the houses. Well, now this is a lot more comfortable. Just drop the 6 in, drop the 7 in, stop the cue ball on the 8 ball, and roll the 9 back down the table here. That sounds like the plan. Bill looks as if he's going to open that gap. A little bit of a breathing space with a 3 racks to 1 lead. Right, now that bottom match we have Spud Boy up against Coldest Pillow. Spud Boy getting the 8 ball. And Coldest Pillow is off to a much stronger start. This is asking Spud Boy to start stringing balls together when he has to get to the 8 ball. This is why it's a lot more difficult for Spud Boy to get a lot of success in this match. Coldest Pillow will be the strong favourite. But what Spud Boy needs is a certain amount of consistency to be putting enough balls together to get to that 8 ball. But he's probably going to need maybe 1 or 2 goes each rack to get there. That's the problem, and that is not. It's not going to help his cause, I'm afraid. I think Coldest Pillow, unless he starts doing something really stupid, he's looking at having a comfortable win here for the time being. But if Coldest Pillow starts doing daft things at the wrong end of the rack, that's how he can end up losing racks. So it's looking good at the moment, 4 racks to 0. And now in the bottom tie, remember we've still got overall scores of 2-1 to the Tactical Geniuses against Team Philippines. We've got 2-1 to the Gamblers against the 9-ball shots. And in the bottom matches, round 2, we've got John Boo up against Chimpy. John Boo getting the 6th ball, and John Boo has the early lead. In fact, it's now just squared off at 2 apiece. Well, LS3 is around, so she just signed up for a 9-ball tournament. I was querying earlier whether she's actually going to get a game for this Team Philippines. Meanwhile, Chimpy has the 7 ball in the break. He's good in no, he's not good in the 1 because that's the 6 ball that's right in front of it. Saw that at last second there. Well, a little rub on the left-hand side of that 1 ball and just sneak down behind the 3. Just a light brush, but he's going the other way. And of course, he hasn't got any cover, and he's left a pot on. I would have went inside there because that was a lot easier shot. Just a light brush at the edge of that ball, and you could have used that 3 ball for cover. And Chimpy is going to take full advantage of it, and John Boo is going to get punished for a poor shot. Well, he's trying to scratch. And he has scratched. Well, there's a big mistake from Chimpy now. And it's ball in hand for a 3-9 here for John Boo, if he fancies it. Well, he's not taking it on, so he's going to look a bigger fool having done that. And now he's got himself stuck in front of the 9 ball. I'll tell you, some of these guys just cannot make life simpler for themselves. I mean, he should still get out, but he's making hard work of it. But now he's good. So just a drop in to regain the lead. Right, let's have a look at the second match in the bottom tie. Bankster against Bedhead. And Bankster is trailing by 2 racks to 1. Bankster getting a 6 ball though. But Bedhead trying to kick at the 4. Now, Bankster's in a strong position at the moment. Oh, is that behind the jaw? No, it isn't. You can still see the 4. In fact, he can actually pot that 4 ball. That 4 ball well cut. Doesn't look as if he's having a go at it at the moment, but I think he's looking at the potting angle now. No, now I don't know what he's doing. Well, he hasn't got full cover, and he's left an edge of this 4 ball showing now. Is there enough in that edge to cut that in? He might be overcutting it to the long rail, which is really what he wants. He wants to be sending it onto that short rail at the top, and that's well played. The one thing he wouldn't have wanted there is that 8 ball to have dropped in. But there is a very tiny edge of the 4 ball showing. I'd never hit that. Good after, or what time is it now? It's 6 o'clock. That's sort of early evening here. Good early evening to Winnie. Welcome to VP4TV. Well, Bankster got the hit, and Bedhead's going to double bank the 4. So this is a good chance now for Bedhead to widen that gap. He's overcooked it, but he's going to overcook it far enough, I think. That'll do it. Nothing to do with the cue ball other than drop this 7 ball in. 8 balls over the corner pocket, so no problem. So Bedhead should have that little window between himself and Bankster. Just a question of whether he can build on it. So we'll give him that, roll in a 9. Right, the final match. We've got Bobby Barris up against Brainful Out, and Brainful Outside for another beating here. Bobby Barris getting a 5 ball, but that's all gone. He's got a straight in 9 ball for a 5-1 lead, but he hasn't got it, and he's going to get a lucky roll unless it bounces. And Brainful Out, big sigh of relief for him. He's got a gift. But you can't be relying on gifts. You've got to start winning racks. Brainful Out. That was a softish break. 3 balls gone in. 1 ball over the pocket. 9 ball over the top left-hand corner pocket. And major problem here is the 2 ball. That 2 ball doesn't go its way. It's never going to be that you're going to try and get on it to pot it there. Well, I mean, that will go, but it's far too tight. You can't even play the billiard onto the 6 because that's too close as well. There's not enough room. That's a well played shot though. Why is that chat not coming through on Restream? There's some of the chat text missing. Hope I don't. I'm looking at it on my phone. I hope I don't get a rant off. I don't know what that says. Oh, Houdini. Was that earlier on, or was that something that hasn't appeared? I don't know what's happening with the bloody chat. It's acting funny. Right, so Brain Pullout gets his reward for the good safety. He's got ball in hand, but can he deliver the goods here? So got to roll up high enough, but don't put too much on this so it runs away from you. And that's well played. So now he's got to think about the angle he leaves on this 5 ball. You can't be leaving it short on the 5 ball. You do, you're having to run. And that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. That way you don't have to start running around the countryside to get to the 6. Now, once again, what you want on this 6 ball is some sort of slight angle, one way or the other. But you don't want it dead straight. That's a no-no. And that's a slight angle going that way, so the cue ball going that way. That's perfect. So this is just a straightforward roll in and a roll through. Well, he went for the stun. And now he's just gone a bit straight. So now he's got to watch the roll through just so he can get to about there without scratching and roll the 9 into the side. So Brain Pullout played the decent safety that got him the ball in hand. And now he's got himself back to within 1 and he's trying to scratch in the other corner pocket. He's got away with it. Right, so top match in this tie with the Philippines. We've got John Boo's now opened up a gap against Chimpy. He's 5-3 in front. Bedhead's 4-1 in front of Bankster, so that's looking good for him. And then, of course, we saw Brain Pullout get back into just 1 behind. Meanwhile, Larry's running hot in the top matches. Larry's now 6-1 in front. If we can get into the room, that is. He's 6-1 up against Paul. Paul getting that last 2. And this is what I was saying, that, Paul has to be consistent if he's going to be taking racks off Larry. And if he's not, Larry's just going to be pinching him off him. It means that you've got to start constructing things here when you're trying to get to that last 2. And you can't be thinking you're going to get more than 1 opportunity to get there to do it. And that's probably the story of this match. So Larry, at the moment, looking very comfortable for a 7-1 lead. So, no pressure on Larry at the moment. 7-1 up. And into that second match. And Bill has opened up the gap. It's now 6-4 to Bill against Houdini, who's getting that 6 and out. But Houdini at the table. And again, he's just running the cue ball loose and just been careless. It's just a bit sloppy more often than not from Houdini. He's getting the benefit of getting that handicap, but there's a fairly straight in 3 ball that he's missed. I think he just needs to apply himself a bit better, Houdini. Stop blaming his internet and blame himself. Because if he's making mistakes like that, he's just asking to be picked off. This isn't a dead set, though. This 5 ball looks tight. It looks very tight. Well, it's just off the rail. But Now, is Bill going to get lucky? Oh, he has. He has got very lucky. He's got extremely lucky. Now, I think he can get there, though. I think he can. I think Houdini can just squeeze this through and catch that 5-ball. No, he hasn't. Well, maybe he needed a bit of left English in the cue ball there just to try and check it and change the angle slightly off the rail. He might have caught it then. So the ball in hand for Bill makes his life a lot easier. And with the 8 and 9 being right next to one another, absolutely no problem. We'll give this rack to Bill right now. So, final match in the top matches in round 2 between the Philippines and the Tactical Geniuses. We've got the match with Spud Boy and Cold as Pillow. Spud Boy is getting the 8-ball. Cold as Pillow was looking comfortable early on. Spud Boy's back to within 2. And we have a result and another convincing win for Larry. 9 racks to 1 against Paul from the Philippines. So Bill had that 9-4 win in his first match against Spud Boy, and an even better win against Paul, 9 racks to 1, which again, it helps with the rack difference. So it does, although Bill had a tight one against Paul in that first match that he had 9 racks to 8. So good result so far for Larry. Looking at the bottom match, we're going to have to jump in. We're going to have to bail out because John Boo is on the hill against Chimpy. Chimpy at the table. John Boo, who's getting the 6 ball as his money ball. In fact, I don't know what's happened there, but Chimpy's now got ball in hand. So, Chimpy's well past the no mistake stage. He can't afford any errors at the wrong time. And he's going to have to try and dig himself out a hole. Now, loads of room for the 5 past the 9. He's just gone a wee bit too far in the 6. He would have much rather this was a lot simpler than this. Now he's got to think about where the cue ball's going, so he's got a pocket for this 7 ball because it doesn't go past the 8 and it doesn't go past the 9. And he's trying to drop through for it in the side. And, well, I think he's probably going to take this up into the corner as we look. That way he can run through off the rail and out for the 8. So Chimpy's going to survive at least one more rack. And if he can keep breaking and pot and ball, oh dear, well, the commentator's curse right there. Right there. What a miss there by Chimpy. And he's got away with it. He has got away with it big time. And John Boo has played a decent safety. But that's a shocker there from Chimpy. He must have maybe took that for granted or took his eye off the ball. But he can consider himself lucky. And Chimpy's tried to bank the 8. And he's got lucky again. But is it off the rail enough? Well, he's got to go for the bank here, John Boo. He's got to go for it. Oh no, he's got the double kiss. The dreaded double kiss. And again, it's John Boo's chance to leave Chimpy nothing. I mean, he's left him the bank. Nothing but the bank. And that's gone as well. And again, the bank's on. Well, this is bank. Got to go in at some time. It's got to go in now. Oh, that's poor. Oh, is he going to get lucky again? Yes, he is. Unbelievable, this carry on. He's got him in trouble. And Chimpy having a pop. And again, he's not left anything easy. It's a bedhead cut, and there's the result through. Bill comes through 9 racks to 4 against Adiri. So well done to Bill. And oh, that's a big mistake by John Boo. That's a disaster. He's bottled it in that one. I don't know what he tried there, but that certainly didn't work. And Chimpy gets off the hook and survives another rack. Well, that match was over. But the ball kept going safe or going upward. And Chimpy's going to survive at least another rack. Right, quick update. We've got Bedhead on the hill, 8-1 up against Bankster. That result looks imminent. And we've got Bobby Barris, who's now 6-5 up against Brainflout. Brainflout still hanging in there in this bottom match. Coldest Pillow, well, he's got a slender lead, but it's now only 6 racks to 5 against Spud Boy. Spud Boy's hanging in as well. So there's matches that are in the balance here, none more so than this one. John Boo trying to take down Chimpy. Chimpy trying to spin in behind the 7 and 6. That's well done. Now, I think John Boo's best ploy here would be to try and tie something up or make something awkward here. I don't think there's any point in trying to kick at the one. I think it'd be far better if he could mess something up here. Now, it might be better maybe just to pot the 9 ball. You know why? Because the 6 ball is in an awkward spot as it is. Well, he's missed everything, which is probably not a bad thing. It still means that the 6 ball is sitting awkward. So it means that Chimpy has work to do if he's going to win this rack. So while he's studying his way out here, quick update. So the match scores, we've got the Tactical Geniuses with a 4-1 lead overall against the Team Philippines. We have Coldest Pillow in the balance with Spud Boy, so that could still go either way. We've got Bobby Barris and Brainful out neck and neck pretty much, and we've got this one that we're in, where we're all wondering whether John Boo's going to get himself over the line, and that 6 ball might come to his rescue yet. Chimpy having to be ultra careful. And John Boo's got a bank, a very good bank in this 3 ball. This might be a good chance here for John Boo. He might not get a better chance. And that's not held the line. But once again, with Chimpy coming to the table, he's still got the issue with the 6 and 7 ball. I don't think there's any doubt he can pot the 3, I'm sure he can. Yeah, even if he just tweaked it a wee bit, he can get the cue ball out of there. Well, he can get crazy here. He can go for the bedhead cut, and he can go for a bump on the 7 and 6 and still have a shot in the 5. But nope, he's deciding to duck for cover, and I don't know that he's got it. How's John Boo with the jump? In fact, they don't have the jump cue. We don't have it in the league. I forgot about that. He's just hitting and hoping. Well, it could have finished worse than that. I mean, he's still got to either cut this in or go hell for leather for the bank. But I think the cut looks a lot of a better choice of shot. To be honest with you, I think he's going to go for the cut. And that's well done. How's the bump in the 5? Not too bad. Okay, it's a thin cut, but he's got loads of room to go on this 6. So this match has still got a long way to go. But Chimpy can't blink. He can't take his eye off the ball at any point. Right, we need another update here. You know, even running the cue ball like that, there was still the risk of scratching in the side there. I mean, that was risky, running that around the corner as much. But anyway, he's going to get another one. And meanwhile, Coldest Pillow is now on the hill against Spud Boy. He's got an 8-5 lead to give the Tactical Geniuses the win for the night. That will give them a 5-1 lead, and it will guarantee them the win. Meanwhile, Larry's just started with Houdini. They're in their first rack. Bobby Barris has now got another rack in the board against Brainful Out. So Brainful Out needs to dig in. It's 7-5 to Bobby Barris. Chimpy's back to within 2. He's broke off a couple of balls in the break. And a shot in the 1 ball. 2 ball into the side pocket to follow. 3 ball is there. So already he's looking good to be getting back to within 1. Obviously, he has to make sure he comes down the table far enough so he can cut this 7 ball. He's got to judge the pace for this shot from the 5 to the 7. He doesn't want to overdo it. If he overdoes it, then he's maybe going to have to play a bank. See, all he wants to do is go forward and come around and out to it here so he can see the 7. And that's perfect, because this is just a dink, roll in, let the cue ball come out. Not doing anything elaborate. And likewise with the 8 ball, same thing, just a roll in. So, Chimpy, as long as he keeps breaking and potting balls, he ain't beat yet. Well, I think there's a couple of players tonight have had chances to take some of these big guys down, but they haven't been able to do it. John Boo's in the best position. But Chimpy's had a very good break here. What balls went in there? The 6 and the 7 have gone. The 1 ball isn't a gimme, but if it goes in and he gets good in the 2, he's going to be hill breaking for the match. Right, we need a quick update. We'll see this shot first. He's cutting into the top right. Yes, he is. Up past the 4 ball, I think. Or is he? No, he's looking the other way now. Let's have a quick update. Coldest Pillow is 8-7 in front against Spud Boy. Spud Boy isn't dead and buried yet. He's still hanging in there. Well, 2 for 1 shot there from Chimpy. Well, you wonder if John Boo's going to get another shot at the table here. in the rest of this match. Well, this has still got to be cut in, this 9-ball. This is a nervy one, but in it goes. So Chimpy has got it tied up all square from 8-4 down, I think he was, and breaking for the match. Well, it's now coming up to 6:30, so we've been at it for 90 minutes. It's going to be quicker than last week, I think. Chimpy's broke. I'm sure he's come up dry. And the 6-ball is the money ball for John Boo, and John Boo's got a 1-ball that isn't anywhere near set for a combo in the 6. It's nothing like it. But the question is can he keep things safe? Well, he's had a one of these hit and hope shots. And the result is through, and Spud Boy has taken down Coldest Pillow. Well, there's a turn up for the books. Spud Boy was behind all the match, and there's been a big turnaround there, and that's another defeat for Coldest Pillow. Coldest Pillow had the match in the bag. I don't know what the hell happened there, but Spud Boy, well done to him for hanging in there. Of course, Spud Boy lost his first match, and he lost that 9-4 to Larry, but that's a good comeback there from Spud Boy. And Coldest Pillow has been in the wrong end of a beating twice so far tonight, and that's what happens when you turn up late and you don't get any practice in. And he's feeling the punishment because of it. And Bobby Barris has also got the result done. And meanwhile, Chimpy's missed the 4-ball. Now, a 4-9 combo for the match for John Boo. He's looking at playing the cut in the side. This is nuts. This is nuts here. John Boo should have played the 4-9 combo because he's going to regret that. Or is he? Well, he's playing with confidence. He is playing with confidence. A good cut in the 5. And in goes the 6. And that is a very vital win for John Boo. But the mistake was made by Chimpy. He had to be flawless all the way to the end of the match. Missed that 4-ball. And a good win there for John Boo. So, some crazy things happening in the last few minutes. But Coldest Pillow's going to have to explain himself because he is, when he comes into the stream and he says he almost forgot the matches were on tonight, that tells you he isn't focused, or at least that's what it tells me. And then he didn't even know who his teammates were for tonight, even though I sent the message earlier on in the week. He was thinking that MC Clarkey was playing. That's what you get, punishment. When you're not fully focused on the job in hand, you end up losing 2 matches, and you end up losing a match from a strong position, as he did against Spud Boy there. So well done to Spud Boy. So that means that the Team Philippines now have 2 points on the board. It's the Tactical Geniuses 4. The Coldest Pillows 2. That's how the score reads there. Right, so into the third matches. The bottom ties between the 9-ball shots and the gamblers Well, that match is tied at 3 apiece. So this could be a very big day for the 9-ball shots if they can hold themselves together, especially Bobby Barris against Bedhead. Bobby Barris getting 5 and out. Bankster's getting last 2 against Chimpy. That's going to be tough for him. And John Boo and Brainful out there playing a scratch match, the two of them. So anything can happen in this bottom match here. Meanwhile, Houdini against Larry, they're 1 apiece. And Houdini's getting 6 and out. Very dangerous. But Larry is going to nip into the early lead. Well, ball's gone in. Don't know what one it is. 2 ball is gone. Cutting the 1. 3 ball right in the middle of the table. 4 ball does go in past the 5. There's no problem there. And that's a good angle in the 3. In fact, he might have too much of an angle when I think about it. Yes, he has. He's got too much of an angle. He's going to have to get into the cue ball. Try and draw it down towards the 5. And he's held that well. And now he's got a nice angle. He can probably just jack up a wee bit if he wants, or just spin to the short rail and spin back. No, and I don't think I think he was in between what he was thinking of doing there and ended up, he's missed the 4 ball because of it. That's how the mistakes happen. To me, the shot would have been to jack up slightly just so that you were digging back off that 4 ball. And Larry was sort of in between shot types there, I think. And that's when there's maybe any sort of indecision in how you want to play it. That's how you can end up making mistakes as well. But he was sure-footed in what he was going to do, but mistakes happen. It's all about whether Houdini can take opportunities, and Houdini's chance has come and gone. Larry's back at the table. Right, so Mr. Bill, again, 6 and out in these top 2 matches in the last 3 matches for the Team Philippines and Tactical Geniuses. Bill at the table, already 1 up. And Spud Boy was 6 and out. Again, Bill's just got to be careful. Cannot afford any of those errors. Especially maybe with a wide open table. Spud Boy should be good enough to get himself out if he's given that chance. Well, a ball has dropped. The 8 ball has gone. And that 1 ball will, I think, just drop in. Oh, well, he had to put a bit of spin on it. He's ended up hooking himself. And of course, Bill can't resort to his weapon that he would like. No jump cue. And now, this is the opportunities that we're talking about. Spud Boy's got ball in hand. And straight away, he should be knowing where he's going before he moves. We saw the mistakes that were made last week with players not paying attention to what balls were left on the table and potting the wrong one with ball in hand. Spud Boy was one of them. Brainful Out was the other one that did it. And you can't afford these stupid errors. So now, 4 ball to the 5 ball, not a problem. 6 ball right in the middle of the table. So just 3 balls to go. Now, again, all you want to do is just let this cue ball run out slightly. Just let it run out so that you've got a straightish 6 ball. Now you see there he's doing stupid stuff. You see there's where Spudboy doesn't think about what he's doing. You know, that's trying to do something that's totally unnecessary. All he had to do was let that 5 ball roll in, let the cue ball roll out, and he's got a straight in 6 ball. And that was it for the rack. And that's the daft things that players do when they're not thinking and they're not looking at the lay of the table and how simple it can be. The simple shot was roll the 5 in, let the cue ball roll out, and he had a straight 6. And that might be his chance come and gone, although he's back at the table. And that's a very well played cut. But where's the cue ball going? Disaster. Well, it's inevitable, isn't it? You know, Spudboy, you had the rack there and you've blown it. It's going to be 3-0. Just a poor choice of shot and not seeing the obvious one, which is even more unforgivable. The obvious one was the simple one. Just roll the 5 in and the cue ball straight on in the 6. And then you start doing acrobatics with the cue ball when you've no real idea what you're doing. That's exactly what he did there. He had no idea what he was doing. He just hoped the cue ball was going to roll out and he would have a shot in the 6 somewhere. And when you start doing stuff like that, you're heading for disaster. You're not going to be successful. So Spudboy gets a black mark against him there for that sequence of events. Meanwhile, Bill comfortably 3-0 in front. Right, the third match. Is Coldest Pillow going to redeem himself? Right, at the moment, he's getting the 8 ball and he's 5-1 up against Paul. So now, is he going to hold his bottle and get a result on the board for him tonight? No, you won't miss it, Spudboy. You just have to roll the 5 in, let the cue ball roll out. You get a straight in 6. Just pointless. I mean, let me ask you a question. When you didn't do that, you started banging the 5 ball in and running the cue ball, you had no real idea where that cue ball was going to end up. I'm telling you that right now. You were just hoping you were going to have a shot at 6. You were just running it and you end up banging it in. You've got to play the sensible shot and the best percentage shot. And the best percentage shot was rolling the 5 and keeping it simple. I mean, anybody can miss a straight in ball when the nerves are playing up, but you can't be doing stuff like that. You've been around a lot long enough to know you don't do daft stuff like that when the simple shot's staring you in the face. And meanwhile, Paul is going to get his second rack in the board here against Coldest Pillow. And Coldest Pillow trying to redeem something from this evening's matches. Well, I think if you're really been honest with yourself, Spudboy, and I'm talking about really honest, did it cross your mind just to roll the 5 ball in and leave the 6 ball straight? That's the question I'm asking now. If it did, then you know that that was the right shot to play. If it crossed your mind about just rolling it in, and even if you just turned around and looked at that 6 ball and thought, well, here's where I want this cue ball to roll out to, so I've got a straightish in 6. If that's what you thought, then you caught yourself in two minds, and then you bailed out by banging at the 5 ball because it wasn't a controlled shot in the 5 ball, because that's why you ended up missing it. And you started trying to do things with the cue ball and hoping that you would have a shot in the 6. And it's never the way to win. Well, you don't figure that way. What you do is figure it the other way. If I keep this simple, I've got a great chance of winning this rack. And that's where you went wrong. By making that bailout choice, which was an indecisive shot where you ended up overcutting the 5, banging it into the jaws of the pocket, cue ball running loose, and just hoping that you're going to be on the 6, and that's not the way to win, Rats. You know that. I'm always going to be on top of players when they know well enough what the right shot is to play, and then they bail out on it, they chicken out on it. Never ever bail out on the simplest way of doing something. That's how you get more successful than you will by just sacrificing racks by doing rash shots. Anyway, that's my rant over. Meanwhile, Cold as Pillow has a 6-2 lead, and Paul has a lot of work to do, so we'll leave them to it. Let's have a look and jump into these bottom matches. So overall score here, we're 3 apiece. This is a tie that is in the balance here, and we've got Bobby Barris with 5 and out against Bedhead. We'll go to get into that. Bedhead at the table. Now he has a shot in the 1 clearly, but what's he going to have in this 2 ball? Well, he's not even going to have a shot in the 2 ball. He's missed the 1. Bobby Barris could end up having a bang here if he pots this 1. He could end up just having a pop. Because if he's cutting the 2 into that left-hand corner pocket, he's going to be nudging balls here, and anything can happen. That 5 ball could get in off the 6. It could brush off the 6 and hit the back of the 4 and still go into the hole here. Watch the 5 ball. Well, it hasn't. It's hit it full in the face. I presume that's the 4 ball that's there. Yes, it is the 4. So, the only shot that's on here, I think, and that might even be too close for the billiard. Can he get a thin edge in the 3 and still pot the 4? I think he can. He's not looking at it though. Well, he's played the cut, but the cue ball's running loose. It's going to be hooked. I've got to get the hit first of all, and then hope he gets a lucky roll. And that's not going to do it, so it's going to be a fairly straightforward ball in hand here, I would suggest, for Bedhead. Right, now the second of the round 3 matches, we've got Bankster up against Chimpy, and Bankster getting last 2. So again, Bankster can pop balls. It's just a question of whether he's going to get enough opportunities to get there. And the way the score is, it doesn't suggest that. Chimpy's already 3-1 up. He's got ball in hand, but he's going to have to try and dink up behind her. Is he trying to get onto the short side of this 8 ball? He can't be doing that, surely. He is trying to get there. And now he's going to regret it. Now, how's that 8-9 set? Is that set as a kick in? It might be. I think he's going to have a pop at this. He might as well have a bash at it. Watch the 9 ball. Yeah, it was always looking at it was going to the jaw. So, Bankster can redeem himself here from this free gift. And that's back to within 1. Right, so... Well, the good news for Brainful out in the bottom match is he's 1-0 up. It's a scratch match with John Boo. And the final match is up top. We've got Larry and a bit of a nail biter. It's 4 apiece for Larry and Houdini. Houdini getting 6 and out. Spud Boy getting 6 and out against Bill. And Bill is 5-0 in front. Let's jump in to that top match. So Houdini with this 5 ball to get back into the lead. Well, Larry's had 2 wins tonight. Am I out of sync? Oh no, he's getting 6 and out. Why did I think he was getting 5 and out? Well, he tried to kick it in, and he's got away with it. Yeah, both of them are getting 5 and out. Spudboy's getting 5 and out, and Houdini's getting 6 and out. Sorry, not 5 and out. Well, this time Houdini has got the lead. So Larry's under a wee bit of pressure, and anything can happen here in this break. Now, what went in? Is that the... What ball went in there? 4 ball went in. Shot in the 1. Well, he's a bit straight to the rail, so he was. Oh, he's got away with that, I think. I'll just manage to get through that gap, missed a 3. Now there's a problem, he's got to get a hold of the cue ball here, big time. Doesn't want to run anywhere near the 7 and 8. And needs to get into the gap. Has it got the legs? Yes, it's just got the legs. That was very well done. But again, because he's got the high angle, he's got to watch the pace in this cue ball. The cue ball just wants to run and run. 5 ball right in the middle of the table, so he'd be extremely unlucky not to have some sort of shot in the 5. Oh, but he's cut it to the short rail too soon. And again, mistakes at the wrong time are going to be very costly. But Houdini's got to get the cue ball out of there first of all, off this 3 ball. That's right in the pocket. And he's going to have the 5 ball into the side. Now if he cuts it into the side and lets the cue ball run down, he should miss the 9 ball, go to the rail and back up the table. Well, he's a bit of a lucky break there, bumping into the 9. So this for a 2-rack lead. And he's overdone it. And Larry survives. Larry's got out of jail here. Now, does he just roll through? The 7 will go behind the 8. It will go. But he's trying to stun around the corner and out, and he's got it out. So it's a perilous handicap, 5 and 6, you know, when it's 5 and out and 6 and out. Very dangerous. But Larry's going to rescue the situation and get it back all square. And then he'll be breaking for the lead. So, updating the matches as we've seen. Larry's just squared it off to 5 apiece here. Bill against Spudboy. Spudboy's getting some torture here from Bill. Now Spudboy on the 3 ball. And maybe putting a bit of English on the cue ball there. All he had to do was just make sure he could see the port. But that's maybe how this match has been going. And the 7 ball, it goes. No English. Larry's, not Larry, Bill's going to be breaking for the match. Again, the way it's looking, this is going to help the racks for and against ratio as far as the tactical geniuses go. So Bill will break for the match, and Coldest Pillow still has a 2-rack lead against Paul. And Coldest Pillow, the 8 ball is his extra money ball, but it's gone, so he's got to run this out now. He's trying a 5-9 combo here. Well, I thought he was for a second, but Andy's played the worst numpty shot of the night. You've got to laugh. Now I'm going to get the blame for that. I thought he was playing a 5-9 combo there for a second, and all he was playing was a scratch the side pocket off the 5. Well, Paul nearly missed that 5 ball. Well, that's, again, Coldest Pillow could have been on the hill there. A very careless shot in the 5. And he's all going to take full advantage of it. And Bill has got the result. A very good win for Bill. And that secures the result for tonight as far as the tactical geniuses go. We have got the magical 5 on the board. The rest is just a bonus, if there is any, or a consolation match for the 2 remaining matches, Houdini and Paul. If we look at the bottom ties, well, as it stands, Bobby Barris is 7-3 up against Bedhead. Bankster's 4 apiece with Chimpy, but Brainfill Out is 5-1 up. So anything could still happen in this bottom match, this bottom tie. Larry's just got himself back in front. And meanwhile, Coldest Pillow has got himself in more trouble here because I think has he left the bank? I don't think he has. No, he hasn't. Coldest Pillow is feeling the pressure. He's had 2 matches tonight, lost both of them. And this is where you've still got a 7-5 lead, but you're still more nervous than the guy that's chasing you because of what's happened before. You're desperate to get a win on the board. Well, and when you get that desperate, you start doing desperate things. Going all out there for a 7-9 combo that was never a gimme. And Paul's just going to pick this off if he can. And he will. And he's going to be 1 behind. So the nerves are jangling here for Coldest Pillow. Meanwhile, Bobby Barris still 7-4 in front of Bedhead. Bankster just gone 5-4 in front against Chimpy. And Brainful Out's now 6-1 up against John Boo. So that could be a win there for Brainful Out for a 4th point. But these other 2 matches, anything can happen. Well, Paul. Well, I take it Paul pushed it. What the hell happened there? He potted a ball and Coldest Pillow ended up having to kick. What did I miss there? Well, all the pressure is off the shoulders of Paul because he knows that his team's already lost, so he's got nothing to lose and he can relax and play his shots. But he's had a bang at the 4-ball, trying to play the big stunt, and it wasn't really a very good shot because look at where they left himself in the 5. That's absolutely nowhere. And Coldest Pillow gets a reprieve. And Paul has almost got away with it. But the 4-9 combo goes in. So Coldest Pillow is now breaking for the match. And it's dry. Right, we need a quick update here. We've got... what the hell's happening in that Bobby Barris bedhead match? Because it's still 740 Bobby Barris. What the hell's going on? We've got Bankster 6-4 up against Chimpy. We've got John Boo winning his second rack. He's now trailing 2-6 to Brain Pullout. We've got Larry now on the hill against Houdini. So Larry's looking for the whitewash tonight in terms of wins. He's won his first 2 matches. And he's on the hill and looking good against Houdini, even though he's given him 6 and out. This match, however, we don't quite know what's going to happen yet. Well, Coldest Pillow's got the hit. But Paul, once again, has a chance to get back to within 1. Now, got to get down below this 4-ball. And he's had a bang again, Paul. It wasn't a controlled shot. See, that was just exactly like the shot that Spud played on that 5-ball earlier on. It was just a bang. It wasn't controlled. Oh, now Coldest Pillow's overcut that big time. Maybe he was playing safe because it's actually pretty good safety. But he definitely overcut it. Well, we're going to have an exciting finish here tonight in that bottom match. Well, this is now Coldest Pillow's chance to redeem himself, and he almost overcut that 3-ball as well again. Now, this 6-ball, that is not on the rail, but it's tight enough where you've got to get good on it. You've got to get really good on this 6-ball, and he's drawn into the 9, and that'll work. So just the 3 balls for Coldest Pillow to get his first win of the night. And it'll be well done. He's redeemed himself. And that's a nervy 9-6 win for Coldest Pillow. And that now gives us a 6-2 lead with Larry oh, now there's been a big turnaround there. It's suddenly gone 8 apiece with Houdini and Larry, and Houdini's been knocking them in the break here. These money balls have gone, and so Houdini's breaking for the match, and the 8 ball's gone, and it's all over. There you go. There's a quick turnaround. Larry was sitting, I think, 8-4 up, and suddenly it's 9-8 to Houdini. You can't. Nothing you can do about that. I mean, that's the space of what, a minute. That match turned completely on its head, and Houdini gets the win, and that completes this week's results for the Team Philippines against the Tactical Geniuses. It's a 6-3 win. Larry had 2 wins. He was odds on there for a 3rd win, but Houdini's just blown him out of the water there with that finish. I don't know, it must have been at least 3, if not 4 money balls in a row. Probably 3. And suddenly, in the blink of an eye, the match is all over. So we've got Bill having a 9-8 win in his first match. Bill had a 9-4 win in his second match. And Bill had a 9-0 win in his third match. So Bill is now taking a break, I believe. And Bobby Barris has taken down Bedhead. So there's another great result there for the 9-ball shots. Now everything is going to hinge on this Bankster match with Chimpy, because Brainful is 7-2 up, and Bankster has a chance to get the win here for the 9-ball shots against the Gamblers. We've got to go in. Three golden breaks in a row, Larry. There's nothing you can do about it. I was looking at the scores, and suddenly the thing bloody just flashed. It flashed twice, and there it was 8 apiece before I could get into the room. And then I get into the room, and the 8-ball goes in as well. There's nothing you can do about it. It was still 2 good wins for Larry, though. And Bill had a very solid night tonight as well. But I think Bill's out next week. Bill's out for a couple of weeks, I think. So obviously, this is week 10. We've only got 2 weeks left until the playoffs. So we'll get week 11, week 12, and then it's the final, effectively. Well, Bankster can get to the hill. It's still the same format, Coldest Pillow. It's still 3 in the team. Let's just say you've got plenty of time to get some practice in. Make sure you turn up here 15 minutes before the bloody thing starts. Get yourself warmed up and some practice. And also be aware of who's in the team. Bear in mind I even send you that in a message. So hopefully you've learned from your mistakes tonight. And Chimpy's got Bankster in trouble here. But Bankster will never be in as good a position here to get the win for his team. So now, Chimpy, of course, once again, in the situation where he cannot afford any single mistake. So he's got ball in hand. 2 ball is fine, it goes. But cannot make a single mistake from here on in. Now that almost was a mistake. That 4 ball, if it had come any further out. He's okay. Now, he's got to just get out into the middle of the table, hasn't he? Anywhere out in the middle of the table for a shot in the 5. needs to keep going to be a wee bit more comfortable. Doesn't want to mess around with the 8 ball. And if he's putting anything on the cue ball, he's got to be careful because you can easily punch these balls offline doing that. And he's just bailed out, played it safe. Now he's got to run forward. But he wants to run forward and come out far enough so he's staring down the barrel in this 8 ball. That's not quite staring down the barrel, but he'll take it. Every shot is going to be nervy for Chimpy. He knows that. Even this 9 ball. The little voices can start doing funny things in your head. You realise the importance of the shot, but he's got it back to within 2. Now, we need to have one final quick update and see how Brain Pullout's doing. Is he going to redeem himself? Because he's had a bad couple of weeks, Brain Pullout. Let's have a look in. Brain Pullout at the moment has got himself in the hill. He's 8-2 up, looking very good for the win. So, Coldest Pillow and Brain Pullout both had 2 bad first matches, but they've redeemed themselves in their last matches by the look of it. But this match isn't over, and the overall tie isn't over. This is a match that's going to clinch it either way. So that score for the Gamblers, that will give them 4. But if Bankster can get the win, it will give them 5. Big result tonight for them if they can do it. Well, this is a little brush in the 2. A little dinky brush in the 2. Soft as you want. As soft as you dare. But I think there's just a tiny edge of that 2 ball showing. Now somebody's got to be, that's just gone a bit too heavy. Chimpy will be playing the cut in this, and he'll be bumping into the 9. And that 8 ball is, well, I mean, once the 5 ball goes out of the way, the 8 ball will obviously pot it. Oh, but he's hung the 2 and he's going to, oh, I thought he was going to brush it in with the second go at it. So here's Bankster's chance. He has to get to the last 2. This is not going to be easy. Did you see how that Coldest Pillow performed tonight, Tam? And Brain Pullout has got the job done, a 9-3 win. So that now gives, let's just see this shot first of all. That result for Brain Pullout gives the Gamblers their 4th point. So it's now tied at 4 apiece. And Bankster has a chance to win the overall match tonight. He's on the 3 ball, and this is tough. He's got to just nip this 3 and go there and play the cut in the 5. He can't be doing anything to try and get up close to the 5. That's the sensible shot. That was a sensible shot. And that cue ball needs to run out. Well, this is a test of your nerve, because you want to go forward and let this run. Loads of top on it and let it run out. You've got to be on the 7. But don't underhit it, whatever you do. He's taking his time. So this is the main shot. If he gets good in the 7, he'll have a roll in the 8. Oh, and he's all over it there. All over it. And has his bottle gone. And Chimpy is just going to bump this 7 in, go to the long rail, and run this 8 ball down into the corner, and the 9 probably into the corner as well, to get back to within 1. Well, he won't do. He'll be playing. Now, this is nervy because he's got to dig this out for the 9 into the side now, I think. Watch that jaw. And he's got it clean. Well, has Bankster come as close as he's going to be to winning this overall tie tonight? Because Chimpy is breaking to take it all the way. And the 1 ball goes in, the 5 and the 7 have gone in. He's got a shot in the 2. I think he's got a shot in the 2. Oh, has he? Has he? No, he hasn't. He hasn't. I thought he'd a shot in the 2, but he doesn't. Well, he's trying to play it ultra safe. So whose bottle is going to go first? Who's going to blink? Well, this is the best finish to any of these weeks so far. I mean, last week wasn't bad, but this is the best. Oh, Bankster, that is no good. That is no good. It doesn't have the legs. But, again, both players are going to be nervous regardless. Bankster probably more than most because it means a lot more to his team than it does to the Gamblers. The Gamblers might lose the tie, but it won't be a major disaster in the overall scheme of things. But for Bankster to get the win for his team tonight, that'd be a great achievement. But Chimpy couldn't see enough of the 3. Oh, now Bankster, well, this is a dead set bank here for you, Bankster. Let's live up to your name. Nice pace, don't overhit it. Or is he going for the cut? He looks as if he's going for the cut. But the bank I much prefer, but he's now this is running nice. If it keeps going, now again, he's off the rail. Now, you've got to nip this in and hold the cue ball a wee bit. If you start running away, he's got to nip it in a wee bit just to control the cue ball. Now, he's not really got into it enough because he's ran loose. Now, it's a blind pocket cut. Again, you really want to, I mean, if this is me, I want to just hold the cue ball. If you start running up towards the 8, anything can happen. Anything can happen. He's going to have a blind pocket cut in the 8. And he's got to dink this in because he wants to stay top end of the table so he can cut the 9. He doesn't want to run loose. How's Bankster's nerve holding? Because mine is shattered and I'm watching it. And that's very well done. That's a great win. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot with bloody Moneyball. Well, it's still a great win regardless. It is a great win for Bankster holding himself together. Brain fell out as well after his 2 first losses, as did Coldest Pillow. Well done to Bill. He'd a whitewash tonight. 3 wins in a row. Well done to Larry. He got done by the the handicap at the end there, but it was still a good performance by my team. Totally unbiased, of course I am. So now let's have a look at the event summary. We've got the Gamblers, who are now 8-2, the same as the Tactical Geniuses. The win difference now, if you look at that, the Gamblers are still in front by 61 wins to 29 losses, and of course the Tactical Geniuses 59 wins to 31 losses. Now the Racks 4 were catching up. We're now level, 58%, 688 for the Tactical Geniuses, 508 against, and 696 for the Gamblers, 495 against. And if we look, we have the 9 ball shots now on 2 and 8, and Team Philippines 2 and 8. So a cracking result there tonight. What was the? That's not the thing I want to look at. That's the thing I want to look at. Right. So we know what I said about how the top matches went. So Paul lost his first match. He lost his second match, and he lost his third match. So not a good night for Paul. Coldest Pillow lost 2-1-1. Bill lost. Bill clean sweep. Larry 2-1. John Boo lost to Bedhead in the first match. Won his second match against Chimpy. So John Boo had, the two tough players in the tie, Bedhead and Chimpy, and he won the second one, and then he got pummeled in that final match. Rainfall Out was 2-1 today, or 1-2. Chimpy, his first match, he won it 9-6. Bobby Barris had a chance to take Chimpy down in that first match, remember, but he couldn't get the job done. And then John Boo won that second tie. So Chimpy was 1-1 there at that point. And then, of course, Bankster got that big win at the end there. So Chimpy's had 2 losses tonight, but that was more like a big win for Bankster than a loss for Chimpy, to be honest with you. But it does give the 9 ball shots their second point on the board. So this was week 10, and week 11 is, of course, the Tactical Geniuses against the 9 ball shots next week, and the Team Philippines against the Gamblers. So that'll be week 11, and then week 12 will be the Gamblers against the Tactical Geniuses again. But we will have the playoffs, and it's definitely going to be the Gamblers and the Tactical Geniuses in the playoffs, no doubt about it. So that is it. All I have to do now is find out who is going to be available to play next week. I know that Bill isn't. I'm not sure about Matt. And then, of course, I've got to watch the mixture of the players with who's going to be playing. I'll be back for that. I'm just reading that, Bill. Yeah. So you'll be back for the playoffs, Bill. So you're off for the next couple of weeks. So Bill's out the equation. It's just a question of whether Matt's going to be available and how I can mix the team up. But safe to say, hopefully you're going to be available for next week, Tam, because you're definitely going to be playing. And then I don't know whether I think if I'm right in thinking, I think if Matt's available, I think I can put Matt and Bill and Tam in together. I think not Matt and Bill, Matt and Larry and Tam. I think you can all go in together in the team next week. But I need to find out if Matt's going to be there. He said he's got some holiday time coming, so he hopefully will be. But we'll get that sorted out early next week. So well done to the winners tonight. Well done especially to my team. And thanks for joining us. And I will bid you a good night, and hopefully see you again pretty soon, whenever that might be. More than likely, it'll be sometime during the week. Because don't forget that the 9 ball Virtual World Championships will start on Wednesday, at 10 PM my time, I think. And then, of course, there'll be matches being arranged. Hopefully Slim will be around to get some. There'll be some at all hours of the night, I would think. And when I can get them, I will get them, because I've got a week off in April for the World Snooker Championships. So I'll be able to get some then as well. So I will say ta-ta for now, and we'll see you later.
Good night, ladies.